So let me get into the desktop right now. I'm actually here on my terminal, and in order to install Wi-Fi, if you don't have Kali Linux installed, you can go ahead and, if you're on a Debian flavor of Linux, you can do a sudo apt install Wifite, and that will go ahead and install for you Wifite if you don't have it pre-installed. You can also install this on various other flavors of Linux. It's available to install on Mac OS, and I believe Windows. You can install that. But let me go ahead and launch Wi-Fi, and you'll see how the interface looks like. And right now what it's doing a scan, and for any wireless networks that are available, and you'll see that there is any clients that are available on that network as well, if it's WPS enabled. First of all, on the far left you'll see number 1, 2, 3. That's 3 separate networks that it's found. The ESSIDs, and then it'll present the SSID names of those access points. What channels are those access points on? All 3 of these are on channel 10. They actually all belong to me. So, and then what kind of encryption is used? WPA. If it found like an enterprise edition access point, it would be WPA-E. If it was web enabled, it might show WEP. If there's no security enabled, it just wouldn't have anything. And then also it shows the strength, the power of the connection. The first access point has a connection power of approximately 73, 72 dB. That's a very good connect. It's not very good, but it's good. It's decent connection. And you always want to connect to the access point that has the better power. The better your strength, the more successful your attack is going to be. In these 2 networks, number 1, number 2, you can see that they're WPS enabled, so that's a really good thing. And then another really great thing is that there's 5 clients on each of these, or 6 now, 5. But these all belong to me, and one of them is an extended network, and actually the other one, all 3 of them, 2 of them are extended, first being the primary access point. But that just gives you an idea of what Wi-Fi does, and of course this is my own network. I'm authorized to do this, so please do not do this at any other wireless access point that does not give you authorization. Again, like I always preach in my videos, this is only for educational purposes, and I just want you to kind of understand and see what a penetration tester or hacker would do in order to hack into a network and capture a handshake. And one of the better programs out there is called Wi-Fi, and this is how it looks like. So what we can do now is we press Control-C when we're ready to stop the scan. And as you can see, there's a little asterisk, and the asterisk is suggesting what is the best option for you to choose, because whatever it gives you is usually the best. Wi-Fi thinks that's the best choice for you, so you don't have to pick it, but you can pick anything you want. Sometimes I don't click on the asterisk ones. I just look at a different set of parameters that I want to accomplish, and if it matches all the criteria, then I select that. But just for a beginner, I would say go for the one that Wi-Fi is suggesting to you to connect to, and that's the one with the asterisk. So let's press Control-C, okay, and you can see that now I'm ready to choose. So which option we want to pick? 1, 2, or 3? I'm going to go with choice 1, and it's going to go through a WPS pixie dust. So as I was stating, I love Wi-Fi because it goes through a host of different tools. It has some pre-installed tools all combined in one. So it's first trying to do a certain attack for WPS. Since we saw number 1 was WPS enabled, it's going to try to use Reaver in order to try to capture the WPS pin number. In this scenario, it said that it could not find the WPS pin number, so it's going to go to a next WPS attack, trying to reach the WPS pin number. So right now it's going through that process, and you can see it's already timed out for 1, 2, and most likely it's not going to be successful. Usually when you see the first attempt, when it's trying to use Reaver and you get to unsuccessful attempt at cracking, or cracking that WPS pin number, most likely the other attempts are not going to work, but in some cases they do. So if you have time, let it go through its whole process, and if this doesn't work, it's going to go through a third WPS attack, and so on and so on. You can always, if you don't want to, if you want to kind of speed this process up, you can press Control C, and then it's going to ask you, do you want to continue or exit? And then you can press C to continue, and then it'll go to the next attack, and so on and so on. So it goes in a series of attacks, starting by the easiest or the most sought after attack, which is WPS. Then it's going to, once it fulfills all the WPS attacks and it wasn't successful, it would try to do a PMKID attack. If that was not successful, it'll go down to its third attack, which would be try to be a WPA handshake attack. So let's just press Control C for right now, and let's try to go to the next attack. It's, do you want to continue? Sure, C. It's going to try to do a third WPS attack, and I'm just going to skip that, but you can wait if you choose to do that. Right now it's grab one pin. Most likely it's not going to be successful. Like I said, the first time it doesn't capture with Reaver, and then most of the time it doesn't work with the other two attacks for WPS. So let's go to the next attack, press C. Now it's trying to do a PMKID capture. As I mentioned in some of my previous episodes, PMKID is a fairly new attack, and I love it that Wifite has enabled this with their latest version of Wifite. So it tries to capture that PMKID. You don't need to necessarily have the 7 clients. Oh, there we go. It cracked it received a PMKID frame, which contains a encrypted password. And let's see. Wow. Okay. Copy. Now it's okay. Great. So it captured the handshake, and it has a successful handshake from this SSID, and now it's trying to crack it with a dictionary. Unfortunately, with the dictionary set in place with Wi-Fi, it wasn't able to decrypt that password, that cap file. But we are in good shape right now. We've saved a password, and I'm sorry, we saved a capture, a PCAP or cap file, and now we can cross-reference. You see right here, it says handshake. This is the name of the SSID, and then the actual MAC address .cap, and that's saved. So now that this handshake is saved, we could go on to Hashcat and use Hashcat to try to crack that with the proper dictionary. This dictionary that Wi-Fi has set in place by default is very small, and most of the time, I mean, I've had successes with it, but for most of the time, you're not going to be too successful if you're allowing Wi-Fi to crack it for you. So if you see that you were successful in capturing a handshake, you're in good shape. That's like we're 50% done. Now we gotta just decrypt that encrypted password that's in a cap file. So we're good. Now, in case that PMKID attack did not be successful, if it wasn't successful, we will go down to the third attack, which would be the WPA2 attack, which in this case it would probably be successful, because a lot of times when you see that you have a decent power, 72 dB, and the fact that you have 7 clients, that's a good chance you're gonna kick everybody off. What Wi-Fi does, it kicks everybody off for about a second, less than a second, and then everybody tries to connect back to the access point, And in that time frame, when you have all 7 clients trying to reconnect, you usually have a good success rate of capturing a handshake through some of those 7 devices. So the larger spool of clients, the better chance you're going to have of getting a successful handshake. So I like the fact that Wifite has a few different types of attacks all in one. So you don't have to use various programs and applications in order to try to bypass one way. You could, more not successful, use another application. It does everything all at once for you, and it's very automated. As you can see, it goes through like a series of attacks, one by one. First being by the most best choice that Wi-Fi suggests for you, which would be like the WPS attack, and then so on and so on. And we were able, as you can see, to capture a hand